Self-isolation is so crucial amongst worldly pandemics, and we aren't the only generation to have had to self-quarantine for the sake of humanity. Although it is so crucial, being isolated for so long can have a negative effect on your mental health. So if you've been feeling not yourself during periods of isolation, you're not alone, and it's only temporary. Welcome back, Psychos. Today we're going to be talking about the top 10 symptoms of self-isolation depression. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, as well as click the notification bell so you never miss a video. Symptom 1. Restlessness. Restlessness is a given in any situation that requires humans to stay put. We are a species of go, 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 so once we have the plug pulled out of our constantly busy lives, we don't know what to do with ourselves. You think we'd be doing the dishes once a dish hits the sink, or we would be mowing the lawn 4 times a week. Although self-isolation journey may start that way, once we get familiar with that lifestyle, we let our guard down. We don't feel the need to do the dishes right away because we could always do them tonight, tomorrow, or the next day. This is the type of restlessness that can actually work against us. This is the type of restlessness that needs the boot. Symptom 2. Lack of personal hygiene. Have you ever heard the saying, when you look better, you feel better? Well, the opposite of that is just as true. Lack of personal hygiene alone can cause many of the symptoms mentioned today. Poor hygiene is usually a result of lack of motivation, restlessness, and the feeling of having nowhere to go. Not keeping up with your hygiene routine can also have physical effects on your body, like increasing body odour, greasy skin, and infections. Prolonged poor hygiene can result in things like acne, sores, and a poor immune system, which, in turn, can put you at higher risk for colds and viruses. So, take a shower, style your hair, put on your favourite pair of jeans, and you automatically feel like yourself again. Symptom number 3. Poor sleep schedule. A poor sleep schedule is one of the first symptoms to show up. With no reason to get up early in the morning, there's nothing in our brains telling us the importance of going to sleep early in the evening. You go to bed at 11 PM only to mindlessly scroll on your phone until the AM. Staying on schedule with your sleeping will give you a sense of routine and purpose, which will help you keep on track with other things, such as cooking for yourself, eating at proper times, and maintaining personal hygiene. Meanwhile, a poor sleeping schedule can cause you to eat more throughout the day, rely on stimulants like caffeine to get you through the day, and lead to poor concentration and creativity. Symptom number 4. A drastic change in diet. Speaking of keeping yourself on track, maintaining a healthy diet and eating schedule can be difficult during isolation. Whether you are overeating, undereating, or going through your days fueled by coffees and food deliveries, lack of routine leads to a sporadic diet. Our brains actually send signals based on social cues. For example, our brain begins sending hunger cues around 12 PM at work because we know we always take our lunch at 12. So, with the absence of this routine, we may find ourselves skipping meals, snacking throughout the day, or ordering takeouts every night. So to minimise the drastic change in diet and eating schedule, create an eating routine for yourself. Try to stay active and pay attention to your serving sizes. Symptom number 5. Reduced vigor for life. I mean, let's be real, isolation is only romantic when we're watching trapped strangers on Love is Blind. Isolation sucks. And as time goes on, the excitement for working at home has lost its touch. That loss of daily engagement starts to take its toll. It begins to feel like a complete loss of control and a limitation of power. Eating as dinner as a family isn't as special when you've already been home together all day. Conversations are boring. Routines are out the window, and life just isn't as exciting as it was pre-isolation. All we can do is keep in mind that it is all temporary, and it's best to use the time to reevaluate and make a plan. Symptom number 6. Worsening of underlying mental health issues. Being alone or spending a considerable amount of time with yourself can be hard for some people. Without the business of regular life and day-to-day social interactions, we are stuck with ourselves and the thoughts in our head. Some people rely on the constant hustle and bustle to distract them from facing themselves. This, as well as a lack of therapy and a sense of uneasiness in humanity, makes it extremely difficult for someone with existing mental health issues to think about self-help. Be sure to reach out and provide support for those people. And don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help if you yourself are experiencing something like this. Symptom number 7. Hermit syndrome. Loss of connection takes a huge toll on humans, and this is especially apparent during self-isolation for people that live alone. These people rely on day-to-day interactions to fuel their social meter. According to the US National Library of Medicine, physical distancing and isolation have had detrimental effects on the mental health of everyone involved. In particular, loneliness, frustration, and the unknowingness about the future, which in turn are seen as risk factors to anxiety and PTSD. Symptom number 8. Increased use of substances. Using illegal substances and stimulants such as a glass of wine or a cup of coffee are okay in moderation, which is simple to do when you're busy with life and have very few chances to sit back and relax. However, with the lack of routine and excitement, it's easy to go back for a second or third coffee, smoke another cigarette or two, or finish off that bottle of wine. Be sure to keep moderation in mind and use your pre-isolation habits as a measure to your regular consumption of these stimulants. We all know how awful it feels when you're strung one too many cup of coffees or the morning after that bottle of wine. Having control is key. Symptom 9. Difficulty concentrating. Did you promise yourself you were going to do 101 things during self-isolation? How many of those things did you really do? It's okay. You're not alone. In fact, procrastination and a lack of excitement is to blame. It's easy to choose and go out and buy the new colour for your kitchen, but when it comes to actually painting, it may be hard to get yourself going. According to an article released by educationboon.com, the longer of a deadline we have for a project, the more difficult it seems in our minds as time goes on. So, by the time it comes to do it, it's extremely dreadful. In other words, in this case, having an unknown deadline and not having to get it done this weekend because you're busy with the next few weekends can definitely allow us to relish in our comfort zones until the time comes. If it ever comes at all. The trick is to make yourself deadlines and make it an event in your mind. Play some music, get your supplies and find your creative side. The end result will have you feeling accomplished and have a purpose, not to mention you'll be even more motivated to move on to the next project on your list. Number 10. An overall feeling of defeat. Humans and our thoughts and feelings are largely dependent on signals, aka hormones, being sent from our brain to our bodies. Through a regular day of working or going to school, our brains are constantly being triggered to send signals of feeling we are getting throughout the day. For example, when someone compliments you on your new haircut, you would get a rush of happy emotions. When we are self-isolating with a lack of social interaction and routine, there is a huge gap decrease in the amount of hormones rushing through our bodies. This leaves us feeling defeated, exhausted after a whole day of doing nothing, and generally unexcited for life. Use these tricks for the symptoms mentioned in this video to stick to a routine, maintain hygiene, and keep busy to avoid feeling defeated. Let us know in the comments below if you're feeling down during self-isolation. Also, make sure to leave us a like, share this video with your friends, and also subscribe to our channel for more psycho videos. We hope you learned something, and we'll see you in the next video.